set up, and then there's like just something kind of urgent that only takes like 3 minutes or something, but it hits. That's the deal. I'm going to drop a link on you right now. All right, there we go. Okay, everybody, what's up? We only got, oh, I keep flipping off all the Brits. I don't know. This is just difficult. You know what I mean? It's like, maybe that's why Nixon always looked so stupid doing it. I'm not sure, but this is just easier. And apologies to the Brits. Um, we shall not cater to the Brits. This is America, and in America, this is not obscene. Okay, my friends. Let's see what's popping. What's popping? End of semester is popping. You surviving? I hope. I hope. Trying to get myself situated here. Yeah, man, I'm with Ian. It's bear survivability right now. Um, okay, here's what we're doing. Here's what we're doing today. Thank you, Camille. Yeah, that's like current mood. That's like, I don't know. That's pretty much April. Actually, let's be honest. That's pretty much my whole semester, starting in January. Um, yeah, John, it is. It is. It depends on the emotion that you give to it. Frankly, I agree. Need a long summer, Gabe. This has been just a. It's just been a rough crap. What's it been? 13 months since we went to online classes, and everything went to shutdown. Oh man. And and y'all know what I've been going through, physical crap. Um, and I know that you've all had your own stuff and whatever. So, two classes today, Tuesday, and Tuesday's literary extravaganza, and just kind of a happy wrap. That's all we're doing Tuesday. It's going to be easy peasy. And then today, I want to talk about. Oh, how could I be yawning? Maybe you guys are boring. It's possible. Maybe I'm boring. Maybe I bore myself. That's how bad I am. Maybe I. You ever think of that, huh, Chuck? Huh? Maybe I'm the one. Look inward, how about, for once? Um, I just feel like it's been rough. I feel like it's been rough for a lot of you, and I know it's been rough for me. Anyway, just once again, I think about you. I feel for you. I know how rough my own 2021 has been. By the way, what is the requisite year when you can start just saying the last half of the year, right? Like the 2000s, which doesn't even make sense because it's actually the digits. It's not the 2000s. I don't know what you call that first decade. The digits, the aughts, nothing works. The 2000s, no, that's a whole millennium. It doesn't make sense. The 2010s, the teens, the tens, you know what I mean? That doesn't make any sense. 2000s. Wait. All right. Yeah, right. Can we say, and then 2020, can we say 20? Can we say back in 20? Back in '09, back in '08? No, they don't say the naughties. Not really, Camille. Tell me that's not true. The naughties? They really do? Okay. To the Brits, I say two. Um, can we say 21? Can we say this year is called 21? Is that fair? I think it ought to be okay to call this year 21. Okay, I got a topical question to throw at you. Um, oh, they're noughts and crosses? Yeah, it's true. Good point. Um, Here's what we're talking about. Uh, we were talking about employment. Remember, we got a little bit. I really liked the discussion last class. Frankly, I have really liked many of the discussions that we've had this semester across a broad range of topics. And what I want to know is, do we have any other employment kinds of questions, life employment, especially when it's like related to the topic of the class? Okay. And then I wanted to talk about books, the sort of second books. Everything went to hell, my fault on the organizational part of the whole thing. But what I wanted to do was go back to the book assignment stuff, and if you're willing to kind of cough up what your book was, that would be great. Oh, you know what I never did? Oh my gosh, I never even turned on the book inspired post. Wow, Chuck, it's been a bad semester. Yeah. Okay, so I don't even have that information. Wow, what a doofus. Okay, it's all right. We're going to be all right. We're going to figure it out. I'm going to be forgiving on the grades, just so you know this, okay? I'm going to be, it's going to be all right. Uh, so, wow, I really, no, man, it's been bad. It's been a bad semester so far, which means it's been a bad year. Bad year, good year. You know what I mean? It's been a good year, really, for me in the end. We're in a great place and the summer's upon us. Okay. I don't have that information. Okay. Uh, where do you want to start? Are there any other employment kinds of questions? Professional, I mean, really almost anything wrap up that relates to the class. But the topic had been employment. We talked about employment contracts. Um, all of this is just going to be the gospel according to Chuck still, right? So everybody knows that. I shouldn't really have to keep saying that, but I want to because I really don't want there to be any misunderstanding about, I feel like we should have an environment where you can offer your opinion, me included, and then be in a journey of opinion formation. And that includes being wrong, perhaps, instead of being sort of crucified for expressing an opinion that you then, like, I wasn't even married to that opinion. It just was my best thought at the time and can change. So one of the biggest problems still with the sort of with the non-civility in all of its forms, incivility, non-civility, anti-civility in all of its forms, is there's no granting of just humanity. So people can just make a mistake or disagree with you. So maybe it isn't a mistake. Maybe you're wrong about what you think a mistake is. It's just about the civility. Okay, professional employment. What do you got? I'm going to wait. Oh, hey, by the way, I did this finally. This is like official. I created it. How did I have the time to do this? Why was this at some point over the last week my highest priority? No one can say. No one can answer. But you've got to admit the effects are staggering. True? Are we good? That's my grandson, by the way, who looks just like me after I shave. I just want to share that. The kernel we already know. We already know the kernel, but the kernel needs an upgrade because the back structure is not satisfying once I created Gabe. then the back structure supports were not satisfying. And so that, my friends, is going to occupy half my summer. Okay, talk to me. Talk to me. I'm still trying to figure out how to pronounce what Jenny just wrote.
2000-talet.
Should I say it? Gesundheit. Jenny,
Yeah,
can you say that again, Jenny?
2000-talet.
I got nothing. I got nothing. I got zero Swedish skills. My only Swedish skills involve eating their fish, the little red ones. It's all I've got when it comes to Sweden, despite being some portion Scandinavian myself. Um, I don't know. Thank you, Jenny, for sharing that, and for giving us the pronunciation. I really, really dig that. You know, I can do Italian. I can rock some Italian accent, but oh man, Gabe, thank you. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Ammon, oh, Wade is responding back. Okay, nice. Alex has no mental energy. We're doomed. Chad goes spaghetti because he's lost his mind. Uh, oh man. No, any other like nagging questions about the industry, about life, about the real world that exists out there, or anything of that sort? Because if not, we're going to pivot to books. But I do see some typing going on. Okay, but here, okay, while we're doing that, oh, yeah, compiler, Ian, yeah, man, no, the compiler class is, I think, hard, but it just, I think it really is it requires some self-management and some planning. I think that by the time you get there, you're ready for it, but it really does still take a lot of discipline. Um, Chad asks, how many people here have gotten an internship? Should we let's do a little survey, shall we? Um, Everyone see Chad's statement? There we go. How many people have gotten an internship? Would you mind just like voting? Should we throw, I'm thinking, I'm going to throw a no up there just so we can get, oh, yeah, it's already, okay, it's already going. Yep. Whoa, what's that? Coder goes no entry. Does that mean that what does that mean, Coder? That what is, okay, yeah. Aaron, what's the taco icon mean on the survey? And what does the universal X out mean? 13 people have internships. Well, and by the way, and for the 9 that are under 10, the 10 that are on no, I presume that means no tech summer work. Is that what that, I think that's what it means, right? Um, oh, Devin said she wants to know resume and LinkedIn no-nos, like immediate red flags. Let's talk about that. Oh, and 6 people going like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's talk about that. That would be great. In fact, I went into this semester intending, I have about half a dozen blog posts I want to make personally about things to do or not do on a LinkedIn uh, profile, right? Um, Let me see. I'm just looking out now. All of a sudden, what happens is we all start off with everyone kind of staring at themselves virtually, and then we kick in, and then it's like I can't keep up. Um, okay, let's go back to okay. Wow. So on Chad's survey, 14 yes internships, 11 no. Am I correct in assuming that the 11 no's are that you don't have sort of like tech oriented summer work? Is that pretty much what that means? Um, and then we got a big C++ discussion going on. What do you think for the 10 people that said no on Chad? Can you just clarify what that means? Who is it? Gabe, Jordan, Crispy. Um, okay, Alex saying no tech related job in the past and don't have. So it kind of I would say if you have a job, regular job, to me that's going to be in the yes category we'll call that an internship, even though it's not a strictly summer job kind of thing. Um, all right. Um, let's talk about LinkedIn and resume no-nos. Uh, let me do the biggest thing on either one. I just want to say just typos. You stick a typo in your resume, and you're just basically begging an employer to not consider you or to take you seriously. Serious. Just get someone to double check it. That's an actual thing. Um, what I really want to do, honestly, is try to pull up maybe some example LinkedIn. We could review slash critique some of yours. It would have to be somebody willing for their LinkedIn profile to be on the YouTube channel. So you'd have to be okay with that. It's not part of a class assignment, so it's not. I don't think it violates any FERPA thing if somebody's okay with, their LinkedIn thing being thrown up. Corona, and also, are you okay in as well? And I'm talking about critiquing it. Okay, I'm talking about like workshopping it. You have to. I need an explicit like approval from if I'm clicking here on Corona, uh, I need the explicit green light that we're gonna critique it and workshop it. Ian says, "Yeah, Corona, give me some green light. I need links. I need links." Okay, Corona was first and gave permission, so we'll throw it over there. We'll be gentle, just like we did with the writing workshops. Um, and then we'll try to maybe bounce. If you throw the others, throw your others up there. Uh, then all right, let's take a look. And by the way, just massive kudos for the courage. Just and it's okay for anybody who doesn't have the courage or doesn't really want to do that. But let's take a peek, okay? And just think again conceptually, good things, bad things, okay? Let me try to. Oh, let me blow this thing up a little bit. Oops. Um, I want to say, oh, here we go, messages. Let's take those down. How about? Okay, a couple of things right out of the chute. First reactions. That's a great picture. Okay, I think that's a fantastic, you know, apart from Josh being a handsome guy, that's just a great, I think it's a very, really great picture. I think it's professional. You know what I mean? It's professional, it's pleasant, it doesn't have a goofy look. I'll tell you what is a big no-no, in my opinion. Um, your wedding picture. I know you're happy to be married. If you're married and I'm trying to say, if you have a wedding picture up, you're happy to be married. That's what I'm saying. Um, not everybody is, not everybody's married, and not everybody who is married is happy to be married. I'm just saying, your wedding picture. No, LinkedIn is a professional profile, and we don't want to see. The other thing about this picture of Josh is that it's cropped great. This is a great example. And you're like, wow, really, Dr. K, you're kind of belaboring this. I am, but the crop is great. The way the thing is cropped is just really great, and it shows off. You look at it, you see like who that is. Okay, you see immediately who that is and what they're about. The other thing I really like, this thing up here, the little banner picture. It kind of says that Josh is an Apple fanboy at some level. It kind of says that, but it's got style points. So I really, really like that. That, again, whether you're an Apple fan or not, it's, well, you seriously, you took that picture yourself? Okay, that's even better. That's over the top style points then. And you have a wood grain MacBook. Nice, nice. No, that's great. It's great. Right? It creates, what's the thing? It's wood, which gives you warmth, right? But it also has the tech, and it's really okay. Seriously, Joshua, that's like super artistic, and I really, really love it. A lot of if you had 3450 from me, a lot of shiny objects there that are making me, feel just kind of good. So I see that, and I'm like, oh yeah, boom. Um, now, uh, should drop there ought to be something here. A little happy blurb. I think we kind of expect to see that. Um, and so we're down here. Is that the same as the about? But doesn't it normally go up here? I don't know. Because my problem is immediately I see, the stuff, and also, by the way, 332 connections says you're out there networking. You're obviously a young kid. From my perspective, you're a baby, but you're a young kid, and that many connections says you're out there networking. That looks good. Um, is front end one word? I'm not sure. I would look it up. Um, anyway, then we get the about, then we get uh, featured stuff where with your own YouTube channel and GitHub stuff, and then we get into experience, which is filling stuff out. And then, by the way, this is great. By the way, okay, and apologies to everybody that's going to come after this because Joshua's killing it here. Okay, I think this is a really, really great example of a LinkedIn page. The bilingual thing I think sells incredibly well. Having some recommendations dropped in already on you is great. The skill endorsements, the education. By the way, my philosophy about flaunting your GPA, if it's good, flaunt it. 3.6 is good. If it's anywhere from good to great, flaunt it. I don't know what the threshold of that would be to me. Yeah, I'm not sure. To me, like 3.5 or above, maybe you flaunt it. The higher it gets, the higher the probability that you flaunt it. If it sucks, definitely don't put it. Make them ask. Um, and then some things. Uh, no, there's just so much. I would probably wind up wordsmithing the actual language in some of these. Too many words, just too many words. I look at that and it intimidates me, and I need that a little more distilled to be like boom, 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 right? The other thing that's happening, and I don't know how much of this. Oh, I'm skilled in JavaScript. Okay, that's clogging me. Uh, and the reality is I don't know what Josh's JavaScript skills are. Um, oh, also, I blew the thing up. So if I take it down to normal, I don't know. This seems sort of like funky, sparse. In other words, once I see this, I usually want to see something right there, and then I've got to scroll too far to get to this, which is the next thing I want to know if I'm hiring. And I don't know how much of that is literally just the defaults from LinkedIn and how much of that you can control. I don't remember. I don't know. So I mean, I give this, if I were grading this subjectively, I would give this a solid, solid A, rock solid A for LinkedIn profile. The only weakness is this feels sketchy because of just the formatting, and I want something there. This takes a lot of real estate, and I don't know if you can change where that's located or if that's just what LinkedIn does. And the other thing is you're like, okay, but what if I'm a forklift driver? That's a certain skill set to get to that. Um, yeah, yeah. This is great. This is really, really great. Okay. Just for the heck of it, I want to just show you, and I'm probably biased by mine, but I dropped in, maybe it's the same thing. There's the about. No, it is just down there. I've also got a bunch of things. No, it's really the same. They're inviting me to strengthen my profile. I actually just dropped my CV in there, and yeah, I was trying to just gauge the layout. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's go. I was just curious about whether the because I'm used to seeing my own page and people that I'm looking at. Uh, anyway, yeah, man. Great stuff. Who was up next? Um, Ian signed up, Matthew signed up, and then Matthew's showed up and Ian's. I'm going to go in order, okay? Matthew is the next one up. Let's take a peek. Matthew. And I'm going to leave these and I'm going to take that one back to Joshua, okay? Um, all right, and same deal, right, Matt? Matt, everyone knows. You know this, right, Matthew? Um, by the way, I don't think I have a banner, do I? Um, I want to just see something. Yeah, no, right? So Josh is kicking my trash on banner. I mean, really, truly, I think I need a banner. I mean, I got to raise my game here. But immediately I'm like, dude, Matthew, where's your banner? Same place as yours, Dr. K. Yeah, exactly. Okay, this one here, I would go, I would go back to cropland. Check it out. See the crop versus that? Um, most of the real estate and the eye is drawn to the shirt instead of the face, and who the person is. There ought to be a level of confidence. Um, so, yeah, there's also, no, that's probably the biggest thing there. Um, Devin asked, is it more important to pad your resume with whatever experience you have or keep it strictly relevant to the job you're trying to get? I would say your resume ought to tout all the skills that you want to impress someone with. And to the extent that your jobs are technical, I wouldn't worry. Like if you have 5 years of development experience and someone has a QA spot, you don't need to scrub all the development experience and replace it with 6 months of QA. You would want to say anything technical. If you were doing inspections on an assembly line, I would tout quality control, you know, say things that describe, the skills that you'd like to have promoted. All right, let's take a peek. 21 Connections is a great start. Keep networking. Um, and then the other thing I would do again, notice, um, right, when I was down here, the about, it just sets up kind of funky, right? I've already said. And whereas over here with Matthew, it's a little more inviting. You know what I mean? Although again, um, delete words that you get for free. Okay. I want to do just one more example of that. I'm going to throw mine in here. Um, what I did, if you notice, there's none of this I am a wasted, right? Seasoned leader, right? It's like it's just noun phrases of that's what I'm trying to convey, right? What I am, but rather than I'm currently studying computer science at UVU, I currently program in. Okay, you get current basically for free, and current is also kind of throwaway, right? I don't care if it was current or if it was a month ago or 6 months ago or 5 years ago. Um, I'm you get it for free because it's your page. So you could say studying computer science at UVU, you know, programming in Python, C++, and JavaScript. Um, you don't need to say I chose this profession because, right? You get all that for free. The profession, it's a professional page. You chose, it's your page, so it's you. Are you with me, Matthew? Um, right? You're just going to be like, how about I love solving puzzles and fixing problems. Boom, right? You don't need to say, because all you do with I chose this profession because is invite the reader to stop and to lose interest. So hit it. I work well with my hands and learn quickly. There's also a thing that happens when you use the word I that can sometimes weaken the punch because you get that for free. When you say it, it makes me think, it makes me introduce just a little bit of processing that I shouldn't have to do. Um, See all activity, student. Um, yeah, and then like this one here, for example, what I would do, Matthew, beef out a little bit, say some stuff. If I think you can do it with your experience. What have you done? I built a compiler, programming and blah blah blah. You know, something that gives me as a potential hiring manager um, a little bit of flavor. You know what I mean about you. Also, shop manager. It's like, okay, what kind of shop are we talking about, right? And depending upon the kind of shop you're talking about, um, then maybe that's good, or maybe it's relevant, or maybe it's not. So what you do there is you take every one of your of the you take weaknesses, you minimize them, you take meh, and you turn it into strengths, and you take strengths and you polish them until they shine. So, for example, in fact, I'd love to know, Matthew, um, what what kind of shop it is, Alpine Engineering and Design, because when I see engineering design in the name, right? So, what is it, like a wood shop? Is it, you know what I mean? When I think shop, I usually think of, so I worked in a pattern shop when I was, how old was I? 18, 19, you know, doing patterns for a plastic company, like a plastics kind of company. Um, because there's a way to beef. When I see engineering and design in the name of the company, then you're losing an opportunity when you just go shop manager, right? Expert witness shop. Would it be reasonable, Matthew, to call it a design shop? Oh, your boss was an expert witness. Okay, can we talk offline, Matthew? Because I do this stuff, right? I do uh, the expert witness gig. Where is it? Oh, I don't even know if I put it in there, but it's part of Ironwood, which was my consulting company, right? Where down when did I found Ironwood? See, Ironwood's down too far below. I'm also old, right? Consulting firm, IP litigation. I don't know if I said expert witness. Maybe that's bad. It might be suboptimal for me. Sorry, I'm getting a little insight to myself. Okay, what do you think? What do you think? Yeah, I definitely want to talk, Matthew. It would be very, very interesting to me to do that. But no, would it be reasonable, Matthew, to call that a design shop? The shop. Because if I say design shop manager, right? In other words, you say shop manager, it conjures up shopco, shopping, wood shop, pattern shop, and I don't get a punch, right? But it's actually a really positive thing, right? Then add some words in the description. manager for blah, 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 technology consulting, expert witness stuff, et cetera, et cetera. And in all seriousness, Matthew, I would really love to just DM me. We can chat offline, outside of class. Um, I would lose general studies from high school. At some point, you lose high school because nobody cares. You know what I mean? When you're going fast food, they want to know if you're a high school dropout. Not that there's anything wrong with that, frankly, but I'm just saying, I know some very successful people and some very smart people, some of whom are the same people who dropped out of high school. So I'm not passing judgment there. I'm just saying that at a certain point, pretty much they expect you, and if you're going to get a software job, they kind of expect you to have, you know, gotten through high school somewhere. And so general studies is redundant. You get it for free. Yeah. Um, Also, right here, that doesn't. I'm assuming you're a CS major, Matthew. It doesn't say computer science. Say computer science. That's a strength in this market. That's a significant strength. Um, the other thing I would do, I didn't look at all activities, articles, posts, whatever. My recommendation is if you're using this as a way to create work opportunities, keep activity um, professional and non nonpartisan. You know what I mean? You don't want to say to the world, "I will only work for a Republican" or "I will only work for a Democrat." Indirectly by the strength of a political, a purely political sort of assertion. So be cautious. Remember, this is a professional platform more than anything. Those are the big highlights. All right, Matt. And then we had Ian was up. Is this helpful? Is this useful to everybody? And really, thank you, Courage, from the volunteers here. I'm going Ian, okay? And by the way, the reason I pick on the picture first is that the picture is the first impression, okay? All right, I like the picture. Now I want to just do kind of a quick comparison. And I'm gonna get the three students here together. I want to get them, in the same location. Just take a peek, right? None of these are bad pictures, okay? Like I said, I liked Josh's. Matthew's, I think, is just the head is just too small, right? And then what's interesting is Ian, the head is well, Ian's rocking some gorgeous hair, and that is creating more of a fill. You know what I'm saying? In a way that's different from us. So there's a sort of like head and hair shape factor which comes into play, right? Um, but whereas Josh is kind of more middle of the road there on that. But what's interesting is why I'm not as I think the actual head size and even position on Ian is not much different really from Matthew, but I have more of a problem with Matthew's than I do with Ian's. So now why? Why? I don't know yet. Let's take a peek. One is I think Matthew has a longer neck, I think, than Ian, probably, right? So that it creates more of a certain kind of dynamic, you know. Yeah, and Josh is middle of the road there. The other one is actually just shirt color and contrast because with Ian, you've got this kind of green, um, kind of dark green, right? Dark green shirt against a green background that fades to sort of brownish. Obviously, those are our mountains over here, right? And I like the way the colors are working because one of the consequences is that Ian's face, you know, Mr. Handsome just kind of pops, whereas other Mr. Handsome is fighting against the lighting. You see what I mean? So with Matthew, we can't discern, um, the relative handsomeness is a little bit obscured because you've got bright back here, bright on the hair, bright on the side, contrasting dark shirt. Um, Whereas again, just the lighting there with Ian, and again with Josh, you don't see much of the neck or the body. But again, the cropping works well because it looks like very professional shot. Ian's looks like a professional. I don't know. They're doing family pictures one day and whatever, right? I don't know. That's sort of like first reactions again. And leading with computer science student at Utah Valley University, student, right? So, and Matthew, I'll bet I'm going to go on a guess here. You probably like changed your major somewhere and didn't upgrade your LinkedIn. Josh is going, I'm a developer, software developer, dang it, and I'm just finishing my degree. If you have that strength, play it, you know? But Matthew, you got to say computer science. And then just out of curiosity, mine, I'm there's a look I'm going for. I think, first of all, I got to upgrade my picture because I've been rocking the whiskers for quite a while now. Um, but if there's some deliberateness to that thing, especially with the television screen behind me and things like that. Okay, let's keep going here on Ian. We both know Nick Thomas, which is a really great person to know. Um, if there's anything, by the way, development intern book club, uh, you gotta spice that one up, okay, Ian. You gotta bust off the top of the spices and drop them in here. Is that software development? Say it, because I don't know if it's like business development. I don't know what kind of development, right? You're doing. So give me more. Give me some meat. If that was development, you got to play that all the way up. In your description, what was the language? What was the platform, right? If you've written, whatever, I don't even care what you've done, anything you've touched, you're like, well, but I really only spent, like, 2 weeks doing that one thing. Well, now you know it. Put it on there. Um, Recommendations are always nice. Again, but really, I think all three of these there's a lot of nice things to say about all three of these. But yeah, that's the big one right there, okay? And I don't even know exactly how I feel about double dipping on education and experience, unless you want to say, highlighting certain projects and things like that. All right. Oh, and get us an about, Ian. Give us right. So, and what's kind of cool here is, like we said, I think, I think I'm almost going to go Ian. I'm almost going to go Ian wins the picture in the end, even though, like I said, I quite like Josh's picture. Josh wins the banner hands down because nobody else has an entry, including me. Um, I think we agreed that Matt won the about with room for improvement. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, they're each bringing certain things. The other thing I would do here, Josh, by the way, back on you with these featured things. I think that's your YouTube channel, and I think that's your GitHub. Look at this, and you realize that you got to take the perspective of somebody that doesn't know you and is coming to this for the first time. I don't know if that's like featured. I don't know what that means exactly. Are you featuring someone else's channel? What is that? Give me the name, right? Um, oh, and I think that on the actual experience, Josh wins, but also on the descriptions, you know, give us some beef, man. Give us some beef. Nothing, nothing. All right. How's that? And then let me see. How are we doing on time? Pretty good. I want to talk about some of the books, though. Is this useful? Is this valuable to everybody? Because LinkedIn, everyone's going to scout you on LinkedIn, okay? Everybody is going to scout you on LinkedIn. Um, okay, Aaron said, would you include service participation in a political or religious organization on your profile in order to show experience? Mostly, no, I would not. You know, and it sort of depends, honestly, on the environment. Like, for example, in Utah, if you say volunteer representative, Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, everybody knows you served a mission, and I think that's great. I mean, the question is, how much professional meat do you get from that is the real question, right? And I'm not saying it's like a slam dunk or I really know the answer. There is a point. There is a point where you acquire enough, tangible professional experience that smaller items start to like drop off. The bottom, like high school diploma drops off the bottom at a certain point. you know, Whatever awards you got, scouting stuff. I was an Eagle Scout back when that was a thing. Or, you know what I mean? I served a mission. Um, on the other hand, there are certain volunteer experiences that just sell really, really well. Now, it depends on what you're doing. If you're trying to do an internship with the LDS Church, I would definitely put that on there, right? Um, you know what I'm saying? It's got to be tuned at some level to your market, like who you're trying to appeal to and who you're trying to impress. Um, there is a thing where when your experiences, if they're small enough or nitpicky enough, then it kind of feels like you're stretching. And of course, on the other hand, if you don't have any experiences, then that's back to the thing I was saying last time. Go be a TA. Go get an internship. Go do the things that are going to highlight. Um, that's my take, Aaron. And again, as always, your mileage may vary. You may be talking to your mom or dad or something, and they're just like, "Oh, no, you always put that," and they might be right, and I might be wrong. Um, Now, Wade. So Wade said, you don't want to have a random 2-year gap in employment and schooling, and I would only say about that the when you're at your stage of the game, covering the gaps is, I think, a little overrated. you know, Worrying about the gaps. For my money, for the most part, nobody cares. They want to know whether I should pay you dollars, how many Benjamins you're worth to write code for me, or that I can, that's all I really care about. I don't care, you know what I mean? I don't care if you took a semester off to hike the Serengeti. I don't care, you know. I probably don't care if you served a mission. I probably don't care if you joined the Peace Corps, you know. Um, and again, depending upon who you're interviewing with, I might care that you have military service, depending upon again what kind and what that says about you. You know, Mostly it says disciplined, can do hard things. You know, Now also missions can sometimes say that can do a hard thing. So you have to you got to find where your mileage is on that. Okay, your mileage may vary. Um, Let me see. Let me go, Alex, real quick, since you threw it down. I just don't want to leave you. There we go. All right. So once again, I like the cropping. I like the cropping. Um, you got the glare on the glasses. Now maybe, Alex, this might be your regular face. I suspect it's your regular face, but it does have, I don't know. I don't know you in face to face, and it does feel. Is that a little smug? Is that a little smugness? I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. Is that just me? Anybody else? I'm not trying to pick on you, Alex. I know this is your actual face. I mean, I don't know that. I'm just taking you at your word. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, and the other thing too, and this is really important, if whatever it is true to your personality, and you're like, no, that's really people that, if your best friends just go, oh, I love that picture of you, I'd go with it. You know what I mean? Because it's gonna embody what you're doing. Let me see. Had to add the profile pic. Um, the white shirt, the white collar thing. Um, I would probably say in the current tech market, it's probably a little too formal for the current tech market. I want to just see, for the heck of it, what we've got over here. Again, I like Ian's shirt. I don't like Matt's shirt. No offense, Matt. I mean, if you're just wearing it, just cool. I don't care. I can't even see Josh's shirt, but it's got an off-white collar, and I like my gig right there. Um, it's not a death sentence, okay, by any stretch, but I think you can. There's a certain, you know, uh, business casual. You know what I mean? I think it's you got to go for the business casual. Do you like my blunt everything here? Look. We don't have a lot of time. I'm trying to keep this ball moving, keep a ball rolling, whatever. Um, let's see. Okay, Devin asks, oh, I didn't finish Alex. Let me see. Student, again, same ideas, right? And this is the best thing you can do. I don't just walk around with this like repository of all the things someone ought to say. I don't. Um, Usually I just start looking and I'm just looking for shiny objects and squeaking doors. When stuff annoys me, I'm like, right? And if it's shiny, I'm just like, you know. Um, so Alex, totally fair, man. You said, not everybody has the, I don't know. I always feel like 9 times out of 10 when I do pictures that I don't know, I just don't like it. I don't like my smile in pictures 90% of the time. Brother's wedding, I get that. Um, Extracurriculars, clubs, personal projects, yeah. Certifications, heck yes. If they're relevant, if they're in any way relevant. Yeah. So Larissa, what happens when you have a job that's not related to your major? Is it okay to put it on your resume? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it sort of depends, right? Because again, if you're a senior in CS and you have nothing but fast food, that's tough. And it might already be too late. My recommendation is before it's too late, start swapping out your job at Taco Hell, for something that's more up the alley, even if there's a pay cut, right? Although it's hard to conceptualize what a pay cut from Taco Hell would actually look like. But you know what I'm trying to say? Take, do a super cheaper job that's technology. I don't even care what it is. If you have to touch a computer in your job, there's some ability to amp that up. Okay. Same things. Um, Again, I would wordsmith. You know, too many words, Alex. You know, if you can tighten that, get rid of all the words that because nobody wants to read your prose. You know, pretty much unless they're already really really jacked. Nobody's typically trying to look at that. Um, Eventually, you lose this associate's degree because once you have a bachelor's degree, nobody cares that you picked up an associate's along the way. If along the way you picked up an associate's in French and then continue to get your undergrad in CS, you just said something. If you're right, if you're so, it's like, oh yeah, I stopped halfway there to pick up a piece of paper and then I kept going. That is all just, in my view, that's just bachelor's in CS. Um, yeah, it's all about amplifying the experience, tightening the about, and amplifying the experience to the extent you possibly can. And I think that most of the time, what happens, um, Most of the time, what happens is when I sit down with students, they're like, I haven't really done anything, you know? Okay, why? What did you do? I was just like the shift manager at Taco Hell. Okay, what did you have to do? Did you manage people? Yes. How many? Six. Okay, managed six people. What does that say? Personal skills, leadership skills, communication skills, responsible, right? Dot, dot, dot. What else did you have to deal with? Was food quality a thing? Yes. Assured product quality. Assured product quality says quality assurance. That by itself might pivot your ability to pitch yourself for a software testing job. See what I mean? Everything you did the place have to be cleaned? Yes. Attention to detail. You see what I mean? You abstract out of all of your experiences the key skill sets that you acquired that are applicable to a solid job in the software industry. Yeah, yeah. Taco smell, baby. Um, John said I have a software engineering internship offer, but it sounds like they're going to be using me for a ton of other stuff, small niche company, than just writing software. Still technology related. Some of it might be more hardware related or whatever. Is the name on the resume more important? Yeah, yes, in my opinion, yes, John. Having an internship, as long as you can say, I was a software development intern, and you know that 20% of your job was taking the garbage out and cleaning the bathrooms. And by the way, I don't mean that in any way insulting, right? I've been CEO of a company that was in startup mode. And before, meeting with investors to make our investor pitch for millions of dollars, I'm in cleaning the bathroom. So, I mean, I'm just saying, you said startup mode. In startup mode, everybody does everything. You just don't focus on that. If it's a software internship, absolutely, John, you put it, you emphasize it. Um, oh, Gabe, 5 classes to get an associate's in biology, would that be worthwhile? I can't say whether 5 classes in bio, to get an associate's degree in bio. I can't say whether it's worth, an entire semester and a half. Maybe not, unless you want to go work in biotech. If you want to do bioinformatics or biotechnology or biomedical engineering or, things, if you want to leverage that stuff, then I would say, yeah, maybe. If you're not going to go play in the biology space, in my view, it probably wouldn't be worth, the opportunity cost of a lost semester and a half and an extra 4 months in college, right? But on the other hand, if there's like a cool desire in your heart to have that check off that box in biology and it's really in your heart, I sometimes am a fan of just letting that be your guide, you know. My problem, like some of you, is I already thought I was over the hill when I was an undergrad. I was 28. I mentioned this, right, at the very beginning. I was 28 when I finished my bachelor's degree. But I look back and I regret that there were courses that I didn't take that had nothing to do with anything, but I regret that I didn't take them when I maybe could have, right, back at the time. But on the other hand, what was I going to do? Like, oh, let me not graduate when I'm 28. Let me graduate when I'm 29 or 30 instead, and I've got, at that point, I'm married, I've got a couple little kids. You know what I mean? There's a part where you're just like, I got to get the crap out of school, start making some actual money. So these are not hard and fast rules, pretty much. So, all right. And again, Alex and Matthew and Ian and Josh, did I say I like the crop on Alex? I do like the crop. There's something about the white that's bugging me, but I'm not sure why. Not sure. I'm not sure why the white is bugging me, but the crop is great. I think the orientation, the emphasis on the head, face, we can kind of see who this guy is. Um, I don't know, but again, I like the casual feel of that right there. I like the casual feel from Ian, and then Matthews. It's almost like it's gone a little too casual, right? and then we go to more formal. I don't know. There's no hard science, okay? There's no hard science. And just take this all with a grain of salt. This is like Dr. K's view of the moment. And as always, I could just be up in the night. Okay. All right. I'm glad that was valuable. I hope that was valuable to everybody. I'm glad it was valuable. Um, So Alex, and by the way, Alex, I really appreciate just the humility. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I just don't know if I like that look on your face, Alex. You know, and I'm not. I'm just saying, if I'm looking, I'm like, I got to think about it for a second. Going, is he smug or what's that look? Whereas, like I said, when I'm when I'm looking at that shot of Ian, I don't have to wonder. It's very pleasant. You know what I mean? And again, Matthews, got the pleasant. Josh, okay, again, it's super professional, but it's also like, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, right? Not everybody's the same kind of photogenic. I don't know. Okay. But no, seriously, Alex and everybody, I just really appreciate the humility. We're kind of rolling here, having a little fun, trying to help you out and create an example for everybody else to give it some thought. But um yeah, and looking through your phone and either having goofy pics or the wedding pic, you know, uh, that's tough, right? Um, and let me just do. Here's what I want to do. I have an idea for my next trick. Yeah. Okay. What's the best way to do this? Let me go. Here's an interesting question, right? When do you hang on? I'll have this. I have something I want to just show you. I'm over on my other screen here, real quick. But come on, almost there. Or maybe not. I just wanted to show you. Yeah, everything over here on me is like being kind of like slow and dumb. But I'm gonna show. I'm committed. I'm in now, right? I'm all the way. I'm committed the entire way now. Um, and this might not even be my fastest way to do it. Okay, hang on. Sorry, there was a moment. Now I've kind of blown it because it's taking way too much time from what I was trying to do. Um, and everything's being super slow as well. Okay, here we go. Tell me what you think of this. This is what I should do. Okay, you ready for this? This I think should be my new LinkedIn profile right here. What do you think? This, by the way, was from a short film shoot that we did in December called "Sad Santa Diary." What do you think? And some of you were in one of my classes last fall when we were rocking that moment. Um, What do you think? Do I drop that in? Because then it kind of says, "Be amused by me, but maybe don't hire me." I think it's the problem with that one. Let me see. And then I just had one other I wanted to share with you, if I can get the world to speed up. And no, I don't know when Sad Santa Diary is going to like see the light of day. The timing is not right because we gotta do some work on it in the summer and maybe launch it, come fall, Christmas season. Okay, here's the other one that I wanted to show you. Again, some of you were as long as we were talking, great photos. Here we go. That's me in The Chosen as a Pharisee in season 2 of The Chosen. Just FYI. What do you think? Should I go back to the? This is kind of how it started. This was around October, and then we had this idea for the Sad Santa Diary, so I just kept it going until around Christmas when we rocked the full Santa. That's my share. That's my share right there. A little sharing time for everybody. Uh, anyway, but I'm kind of with you, Alex. Okay, I don't feel really photogenic, honestly. I always feel like you catch me and it's a sincere moment, I might be okay. If I have to put it on for something, right? So what I eventually wind up doing is like that's kind of the scowl because the Pharisee is an arrogant, pissy guy. That's the character, right? And sad Santa is sad. So I don't have to smile in either of these photo shoots. Yeah. So John, yeah, I'm in season 2. For those of you that are fans of The Chosen, I am in. Okay, last thing because we're almost out of time and we're just into fun land right now. Let me just see something. Okay, there is a scene at the end of episode 1 of season 2, and this obviously gets into religious content. So not my intention to uh, offend anybody. Like sincerely, not my intention. Who is not? So I'm not like pitching, advocating, or in any other way doing missionary work, other than to say that Mr. Pissy, right there, dead center, that would be yours truly. That's me, giving this Yeshua fellow the solid stink eye. And that is the last scene of episode 1. Okay. And then you're like, wow, Dr. K, you're very versatile. And then to which I respond, you have no idea, my friends, because I'm going to give you one more and then we'll probably have to like end soon. But this is just sharing. Look, you guys have been all vulnerable. Okay. Um, and so this is me just sharing. Okay. This is the first 30 seconds of episode 2. Okay, do you see it? Do you see it? Not me, not me. Right there, man. That's me. Right there. That is me as a Philippian construction worker, believe it or not. Yeah. So that's me at the very beginning of episode 2 of season 1. And I'm not in episode 3 of season 2. So anyway, there we go. That's the begin. So I'm at the beginning of episode 2 of season 2, the end of episode 1 of season 2, and I'm going to be in. I'm not sure as many as 4 additional episodes from season 2. So again, this is just sharing my little film moments for grins And anyway, right? And for those that are either not religious or even anti-religious or whatever, this is just me sharing a film thing. I'm not advocating one perspective or another. It just happened to be me on film um, in a pretty popular television series right now. So anyway, yeah. But and I appreciate the. So John, they filmed most of season 2 in Utah at the massive Jerusalem set in near Goshen. That's owned by the church. When we are in Utah and we say the church, right? That's different than when I lived in Rome and we said the church. But there's that massive Jerusalem set down near Goshen, and that's where they filmed the bulk of season 2. And then I think season 3, I think they're going to be filming in Texas. So I don't think I'm going to have a chance to be an extra in season 3 unless I move to Texas just for this, which I don't think I'm going to be doing. All right. Anyway, that's it. That's it. Is that cool? Is that interesting? I go by real fast. I'm over there. The amazing thing is this whole, I'm in that thing for stink, man, like 5 seconds. And that moment right there, I mean, I'm moving these blocks. By the way, the blocks were made out of styrofoam. They were painted. Uh, but I'm here. The sun's on me. I'm sweating my butt off. Not really sweating my butt off, but I was sweating. That whole shot took an entire afternoon to get that scene. I appear for 5 seconds, and I was like, that's a half a day of my life to get. Yeah, I agree that certain food is better in Texas, Gabe. I Mexican food is better in Texas. Steaks are better in Texas. Barbecue is way better in Texas. But anyway, all right. That's my bit of sharing. I gotta do the but I like that shot. Isn't that great? That is the stink eye, you know? That is solid, rock solid piss look, which was what I was going for, right? And my buddy Dave is right there, just stoic as all get out. And my buddy Jason right back there. Um, anyway, it was a cool experience. It was really really cool. Sad Santa was also fun. And again, that was makeup on a different day when I was decked out looking way more spiff. All right, my friends, I think we're done. I think we're good. On Tuesday, we're literary extravaganza. No, Devin, it should not be my LinkedIn profile pic. Um, you can't do it, man. You can't. No one's going to hire you as as an expert witness or on some case, whatever. Oh man. All right. So anyway, back to Matthew. Hit me up, Kay. Let's talk about the shop. That was Matthew, right? That had the shop thing. Um, it's all blending together now. But anyway, alrighty. I'm gonna wrap, and this just I don't know. I got to do something, but I don't think that's it. I like Sad Santa, by the way. It was actually a blast to just let everything go, beard, hair, everything. It was honestly a kick in the pants to be that. That was the longest hair ever in my entire life, right there. That was just last Christmas. So it was weirdly fun in a strange way. So maybe I'll get back to it. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. All right, my friends. I'm gonna wrap. Boom, boom, boom. Again, thank you to the four courageous uh, guinea pigs for the whole look at the LinkedIn thing. I think that was really valuable. Weird, but true. Okay, friends. See you on Tuesday, where we're going to wrap up with the literary extravaganza. And I'm going to pull everything together this weekend and get all the grading wrapped up, get everything, and then go for mercy over justice when the end, when we're done. And yes, Devin, emo Santa. It was absolute. Okay, for those that want to stick around, I got one more shot I want to show you of emo Santa. Okay, that I think you'll get a kick out of if you were not already with me. Um, okay, check this out for those that are still with me here. I love this shot. Okay, I really, really. You recognize him? Do you recognize him? It's Hubert. Yeah, I love this shot. And um, let me see. There's another. Okay, here we go. This is a good one. Again, this particular episode of Sad Santa Diary. Look at this one here. This is just before that shot. I should put these in opposite order over here. That's the order. This one comes second, but before that comes this moment where Sad Santa actually realizes that Hubert is just on the bench next to him, and then the last shot is over here. Oh my gosh, it was so fun. And you know what's funny? When we were filming this, people were walking by and just like stopping and cracking up and like waving and oh my gosh, it was so funny. It was pretty obvious who I was, right? And it was the week of Christmas, so it was perfect. Anyway, end of share, end of share. Ah, man, it was a good time. It was a good time. Okay, I'm out. I'm really gonna stop. I'm gonna stop my stream now.